Hello, this is Yazuki Wolf from yazukiwolf.com, and you're watching Samurai Champloo. So today I'd like to introduce you to my favorite inking tool. Instead of a pen, I actually prefer to use a brush, namely the Japanese Menso Fude. As you can see here, it's a fairly simple brush. It says here in Japanese, Menso Fude. And this is my absolutely favorite tool for using. So we put it into the ink here. Then wipe off the excess ink on a scrap piece of paper and start to draw. See, the great thing about the Menso Fude brush is that it can do extremely thin lines. I've been able to do lines just as thin as a Maru pen. You have to have very gentle hand and be able to control it, but once you get the hang of it, you can do extremely thin lines, and you can also do very thick lines, probably much thicker than even a G pen could do. So it has the versatility in that respect, which allows me to basically use it for 90% of the inking that I do. And for me, using only one tool as opposed to using 3 or 6 or whatever is always a plus in my book. Plus there's effects that it can do that you just can't do with a marker or with a sketch pen. Using the bristles of the brush and different strokes can make some really cool effects. It's not highly used by mangaka today. I do know that Inoue Takahiko sensei, the manga artist of Vagabond and Slam Dunk, among other works, uses a Menso Fude pen, or I believe it's, yep, or at least a brush. And also the artist of Blade of the Immortal and some other works also still use brushes. It's a Hiroaki Samura sensei for Blade of the Immortal, Mugen no Junin. As you can see there, I'm doing some pretty fine line work. And if I want to get some darker areas, you can still do that too. Theoretically, you could do the same thing with a brush pen, but I find that I don't have the same control of the ink flow that I get with the actual physical brush than I would get with the brush pen. And controlling the ink flow controls the line also. Even get hatching work done with the Fude. And now you hear the rain starting outside. Let's go ahead and do some of the detailed line work in the face, and my excellent camera work has shoved the drawing into the corner of the screen so that you can hardly see what I'm doing, but hopefully you get some idea of it. And after this it's going to fall off the screen so you won't see it anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut off and come ahead to the more or less finished product. But let's go ahead and use the modder pen a little bit more just to show you a little bit more of what it can do. Creating very thin, fine lines. Works pretty great for hatching work. Alright, well, I think that's enough for today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I do my best to reply to all the comments on YouTube, but you can also reach me through Facebook, Twitter, or DeviantArt. I apologize for taking so long to get this video up, but I'm going to do my best from now on to be more regular. So if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my work, you can go to yazakigriff.com or to DeviantArt. There's still about a minute left of drawing on the video, so if you want, you can just go ahead and sit back and watch that with some background music from Samurai Champloo. And I'll see you next time.